Here's a super simple way to make vegan bacon bits. They're going to add protein and flavor to your salads, potatoes, nachos, you name it. So we're making vegan bacon bits, or TVP bacon bits, plant-based bacon bits, whatever you want to call them. They are delicious and they're fantastic in a salad. So we're going to start with TVP. If you weren't familiar with it, it's textured vegetable protein. It's just soy. Okay, so anytime you have a soy product, I highly recommend getting organic if possible. So these are organic TVP, textured vegetable protein. I'm going to put the recipe in the link, but we're starting with a cup of these. You don't have to make that much. I just really enjoy these, so I want to make a large amount. To that, we are going to rehydrate those. But before we do, I'm adding a tablespoon of my Intentionally Eat beefless bouillon powder. So that's going to season our TVP. You could use whatever bouillon or vegetable broth you like. And then I'm just adding 3/4 of a cup of hot water to rehydrate those. I'm just going to give them a good stir to get that bouillon powder mixed in. You can see how they've already soaked up a lot of that liquid. Okay, so we're going to let those set. To that, we are adding a little bit of garlic powder. You could add fresh if you want, because we're going to end up baking or air frying, whichever you prefer, and it's going to dry out. So to that, we're adding a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. That's completely optional. I just like adding it for a little bit of extra umami flavor, but also for the extra protein and B vitamins. All right, and to that, we're adding a tablespoon of maple syrup. I'm just going to eyeball it. It's going to give it that sweet maple flavor. And then soy sauce, and again, organic if possible. You could use tamari if you prefer, or liquid aminos, and then the liquid smoke, of course, because that's going to give us that smoky bacon flavor. And again, I'm eyeballing it. We're going to give it a stir. Make sure it's all well incorporated. Now, you could taste test this right now. You don't have to bake these. They're super chewy. And just see if you need any more seasoning of any kind. Wow. Delicious, super smoky flavor. I love it. I am going to add just a little bit more maple syrup because I want a little more maple flavor. And we're going to line a cookie sheet, baking sheet with some parchment paper. Again, you could air fry these if you wanted to. I'm just going to go ahead and bake them today. We're just going to spread the TVP out. And they also make TVP in a little bit larger chunks. So if you wanted larger bacon chunks, you could absolutely do that as well. Same exact way. We're just going to spread this out so that it dries out and cooks evenly. You don't want large piles where they're on top of each other, because then they won't dry out and get crispy. So try to get it as spread out as you possibly can. And then we're going to put it into a 375-degree oven until it's golden and crispy. And here's our TVP bacon, our vegan bacon. It is crispy. Hopefully you can hear that. If you like it even crispier, you could just bake it longer. Just make sure that it doesn't burn. Keep your eye on it. But you can hear it dropping. This is so delicious in salads, on top of baked potatoes, on top of nachos, anywhere that you would think people add bacon to. You could even put it on a sandwich. It's so delicious. I think you're going to absolutely love this one. Watch and see what I use it for.